National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And normally in this spot, we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time, it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And some space here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 5. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line. So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
He's going to float this one deep right side, and it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Steps away to his left. He gets it complete to Harris. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. To the air again, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave me underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. 99 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle.
And we'll tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Throw left side complete. That's Harris. Touchdown! Najee Harris, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Kick this one away, and off it goes.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down. from the gun, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Dobbins. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Herbert on first down now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. The try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson from the shotgun. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Devin Bush. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Room to run past midfield. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball? An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert now. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. And meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Devin Bush picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Play action. It's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a handoff for Dobbins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. From his own end zone, Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. 99 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Wide open receiver, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these are.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw caught here by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, 92 yards. Now the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Jackson on first down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens. To throw again is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Dobbins. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. 2nd and goal from the 1. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Dobbins once more. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Catch is made by Metcalf. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Jackson on first down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. He'll find Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Play action. Now Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To try again after the sack. Jackson being chased out left. Got some room at the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson. And, CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson caught out right by Renfro. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Back to Renfro again, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Jackson will throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last shot for Jackson, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, You just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another home date next.